What's up, people? Welcome to the confessionals of a 20-something with no guidance. I feel I have a lot of shit to talk. Strictly because I told myself a while ago that I'm going to commit to creating more than I consume. And by that, I really wanted to prioritize writing in my book, writing in my journal, to keep up with my ups and my downs, because I have a hard time keeping track of my habits, right? I haven't done it. And I think there's something there that's just maybe avoiding using my outlets, because I have a very distant enjoyment of being stagnant. Like, there's something in me that is an old nasty habit that really enjoys like going into depression mode. Like, that's not really my favorite thing about myself. But so far, as life literally keeps turning around 360 every motherfucking day, it seems, and I feel like I don't know what's going on at all, literally at all. It's building a lot of frustration and stress, and this is something that my brain does not process well. So it's really difficult to navigate through something when I feel I don't have tools or the information that I need. And so there's a lot going on in the early 20-somethings, and so far I'm in a really introductory chapter of breaking old habits and creating new ones that are healthy for me, so that I can do all the things I need to do now that I'm in a completely different mental and physical space. And without any guidance or really a lack of elder community, I feel that I'm just letting anything motherfucking happen around here. And I don't know if that's going to produce good results or healthy results that I need to be seeing. And so I unrealistically expect magic to unfold in front of my eyes by next year, right? Then when I ask myself, how are we going to get magic to happen? I don't fucking know. I hope it falls out the sky into my lap so I can have a good fucking life. Because with the amount of things that I've gone through and the mistakes that I've made, I feel, since I am mentally in a drastically different space, that my physical reality needs to reflect that, and it needs to do that soon, so that I feel that I'm seeing the fruits of my labor. Really not seeing any fruits. And I feel that I've planted some seeds, right? But am I realistically watering them and fertilizing these seeds at the rate that I'm supposed to and at the frequency that I'm supposed to? Likely not. And also, I'm very impatient. So I feel that I need to be living the life that I am meant to live, that I feel is waiting for me, that I feel confidently that is approaching me, that I'm on the path to receiving. I feel that I need that now, and I don't want to wait for it. And if I don't want to wait and I want it now, I still don't even know how to get it now. So it's a whole lot of mental gymnastics that I'm putting myself through that really get me nowhere, right? It feels like a rat race in my head. And me operating from a place of lack has been a theme in my life that I've left behind so far. And that comes from a lot of things, right? So when you are brought up in an environment, in a mindset of lack, of not having, you develop habits that reflect neediness, and you can't really build anything in a place of abundance when you're in a mindset of lack. And that's how I've built a lot of things. And I felt that I was doing life the way that I was supposed to do life, the way that I was taught to do life. And I feel that I had everything set up by the age of 21. I felt that I was doing all the shit I needed to do to have me a good life at the age of 21. Which, you know, in hindsight, I didn't have nothing set up. I was settling for a life that I was told that I needed to live and to lead and to create if I wanted to be successful as a woman in this country, right? So yeah, turns out I didn't want to live that life at all, but I had already started it, cut that life off, jumped into this chapter I'm at now, years later, where now I feel that since everything that I've been taught to want and to create and to emulate is wrong, I'm now trying to figure out what it is that is right for me, how I want to conduct things, what I even want to do. I don't fucking know. The thing is, I mean, like, of course I'm still young, but I'm definitely a child at heart. And the truth is, I don't want to do shit other than what I want to do, right? I don't want to have to do anything. That's like a really negative pressure for me that I don't like feeling, because I don't feel like anyone really wants to be pressured or forced into doing something that doesn't even make sense to them. And I'll be so for real. Nothing. Pause. And a lot of what I've done in the name of creating a life for myself has been done with the intention of creating a really good image that I'm set up. So it's really a lot about how it looks and not about how it feels. And it felt like shit, right? It felt like a big fat doo-doo turd that I didn't even consider my own feelings and my own internal validation was not present during these times. So I'm like, as long as everything I'm doing is making sense for everybody else, now I'm worthy. That means I've done my job and I've done it great. I've done it correctly. And that's how I get my sense of validation, is how well do I serve everyone around me. And then when I wonder why the validation that I get doesn't feel like it's serving me, it's because I haven't served myself. It's because I haven't done anything for myself to build my life, because my life has been centered around serving every single other entity around me, right? That being said, there's so much happening at this point in my life where I'm rebuilding every single foundational block from scratch. I'm cementing these blocks, mixing up the motherfucking brain cement, pouring it into the mold, making a block, stacking the block on the floor. Every single foundational block is being rebuilt, and I'm just confused. I'm just confused because, well, I don't even know. Like, having to operate from a place of unknown is, number one, terrifying, right? Because I feel the number one fear of mine is instability. I do not want to have instability in any aspect of my life, because I need to have it where I know I'm going to be good. I'm going to be okay. I'm not going to be out in the motherfucking street addicted to substances. Excuse me. Yeah. I don't fucking know. That might be the title of this video, is I don't fucking know what's going on, and I want somebody to tell me what the fuck's going on. But nobody can tell me what the fuck's going on, because this is my life and everybody else is not living my life. So now I'm back to figuring out what the fuck I'm doing. And so far, what I've been doing as a commitment to figuring myself out is allowing myself to feel how I feel, allowing myself to look how I look, regardless of the box that I feel is a societal pressure for me to fit into. And so there's a lot of things that I need to keep track of at this point in my life. Number one, my health, my physical health, my mental health, right? Reproductive health, my motherfucking career, my motherhood, girlhood, my creativity needs to be healthy. There's a lot of shit that needs to be balanced, and I feel like I don't got time. I feel like I don't got time or energy to fit all those fucking things, I don't know, into a day, because I be trying to do it all. I be trying to do everything in one fucking day. So now that I'm talking out loud, it really seems that I'm trying to do too motherfucking much at one time. But there's just so many things that I need to improve on, that I feel that I want to improve on for my health and my well-being, that I'm like, I want to tackle all this shit at one time. And yeah, me going about my days trying to line up something that makes sense for me to continue on is very, very hard. It's difficult. It's really challenging. It's the most challenging thing that I've ever done. And I feel that my lifehood of servitude and self-neglect was not as hard as this, which is fucking crazy. I brought myself to the notion that life is never going to be easy again. Once I made a jump to the place that I'm at now, I said that to myself, life's never going to be easy again. So we're going to roll with the punches, and we're going to take these challenges and conquer them. And I feel like that in itself is a safety net for myself. It's a preparation for me to understand that life is hard. And when I do put myself into these mindsets, it also makes me reflect and think, well, is this mindset coming from a place of lack? Because I'm not going to say life is easy 24/7, but I don't want to put myself in the mindset that life's going to be hard every day, every second. And now it's like I can't even enjoy shit because I've accepted everything's going to be hard. You know what I'm saying? So shit's hard. Shit is hard. But it's all about balance, right? And I have a really hard time balancing things because I have black and white thinking. So shit's always one way or the other with me. And me learning to surrender is really the theme. It's the theme for my life that I would like to put in place starting right now, because I have a hard time accepting that I'm in control of very little, that I'm only in control of myself, and me not having control of anything else is really scary for me, and I cannot comfortably accept that that's the truth. Because once I feel that I don't have control over things that matter to me, or at least control over creating environments that matter to me, I feel like everything's all nilly-willy, and shit might spiral in a direction that I don't want it to go in. I feel that I don't have like a lot of time. I feel like I have no time. I feel like I have no time to figure out what it is I'm going to do. And I feel that that is also me moving from a mindset of lack, because I feel like I don't have resources. I don't have guidance. I don't have materials. I don't have the mindset. I don't got the cash to do the shit that I want or need to do. And I feel that time is running out for me to make a move so that I can have stability, so that I can stop being in a place of lack. And this is something that, parades my mind every single second of every day. So it's a big stressor. A bitch is sober. So I can confidently say I have no forms of stress relief right now. And a bitch is stressing, okay? Yeah, a bitch is stressing. And it's really important for me to continue my sobriety so that I can learn how to deal with the hard shit, because I don't know how to do that. I know how to go through a hard time, cover it up with cannabis, and forget about it. But then I repeat it the next day. And so me now maneuvering through every 24 hours with no substances, and I'm really left and forced to utilize healthy outlets to relieve myself. Yeah, that's a hard habit to build. Can't lie to you, because I do tend to write a lot, journaling, but I journal in seasons. So I'll go sometime that it's a little bit lengthy to me. I'll go some time without writing in my journal, but when I do write, I'll write a couple pages, make some goals that I need to make, and close it and forget about it. That's fucking useless, ain't it? That's useless. So yeah, there's a very large pressure for me to rebuild my life in one day. There's also the other part of me that is full of desire that I feel does not get to execute or fulfill these desires. But I feel that fulfilling desire is an essential part of life for me, in my opinion. There's things that would satisfy me greatly that I feel that I can't get to because I don't have other things done first. I feel that pleasure has to take a back seat to professionalism, and it's making a bitch really moody and cranky, okay? I feel that I have isolated myself for a specific reason, because I'm in a place now where I don't indulge in friendship, relationship, family. I have separated myself from all of these places where I could receive pleasure so that I can focus on something that I feel matters more. But then I find myself without happiness, without satisfaction, because I neglect my pleasure. And as a creative person, my pleasure is something that I feel should be my priority, because I create a lot of things that remain as ideas because I don't ever let it out. So I have a bajillion ideas of things that I can and would like to create that take energy, time, and materials that I don't have. So the projects never come into fruition. And then I don't feel fulfilled. So I feel a lack in that aspect. And once I feel a lack in that aspect, when creativity is such a large part of my being, then I feel that I don't have the passion to do things that I need to do that have no relation to my creativity. So these things I feel go hand in hand. And since I really indulge in my black and white thinking, I can only pick one at a time. And I know that if I were to pick the pleasure first, once I completely decide that I'm going to indulge in my pleasure, I know that there is a danger that I will overindulge in the pleasure and be unable to come out of it. And so that's an issue of impulse control right there. And I think that there is a way to reframe these thoughts, because I don't like to think of my pleasure as a danger, because it is a motivator for a vast amount of things that I wish to do, to be, to create. And I just don't have the capability at this moment to figure out how to safely indulge in my pleasure and to keep going with what I need to keep going with. The difficulty of navigating these things also comes from a place of insecurity, where I feel that since I have operated from a place of servitude, that I don't know who I am. And I feel that I need to rebuild who I am and figure out what are the foundational traits that I would like to embody. And I just don't know. But also, me being who I am, I'm comfortable not creating an entire new persona, because authenticity is the number one priority for me in everything I do and anything I do. So when I go through these bouts of not keeping up with my habits, because whatever reason it may be, I'm tired, I don't feel like it, I'd rather do something else, I just allow that to happen, because I feel that that is me being myself, knowing my limits, and indulging in my passion while respecting my own boundaries for myself. And so I feel that me operating from a place of insecurity has affected so many different alleys of my life, and it's affected it so negatively that I feel that I'm going to be unapologetically me, whatever, what the fuck ever. You know, when you're a bitch that serves everybody and everything, you get tired, right? And it's like, I chose to serve. I chose to do everything for everyone without ever saying no, and got burnt out that way. So now I feel like I don't know who I am, but a slave to myself, because I keep doing shit against my own will, and I'm betraying myself, right? And so that makes me think, when I'm in such a dark place like that, I'm like, bitch, who are you? Who are you even? Because you're doing shit that you don't even like. You're doing shit that you would never do, and it would never be your idea to do this shit. It's somebody else's idea, and you said, yeah, let's go with that, because you're insecure and you have no sense of self-validation, and you need to be validated by everything and everyone else. Look good, act good, be good, by standards that are not your own, right? So under that premise, I wonder, what is it that I'm doing for other people that validates me so well that I continue to do it? And who am I, and what traits do I possess that make me behave in such a way that sabotages myself? So once I moved around from that area of servitude, then I realized, you know what, Asia, you actually are the swaggiest bitch I fucking know. You know what I mean? I love myself, to who I am, to who I truly am, without being someone that seeks external gratification. I love that bitch. I just have to know my strengths, and I have to know that comparison is the thief of joy. So when it comes to acknowledging my traits that I value and that I appreciate about myself, it's hard to do that when you think, well, you know, I like myself because I'm a creative and I make all these things and I love the things I make, But somebody else makes all this shit better than me. So my shit must not mean anything, right? It's an evil thing to do to yourself. To believe that you cannot take up space because someone's already taken up that space. And they have done it in a different way that you perceive to be better. And when you've come from an environment where someone's telling you that you're not good enough, that you're not worth anything, you start to believe that. So that's what I'm escaping at this moment. And knowing that while words are absolutely powerful, and while they have manipulated my own sense of self and sense of greatness about myself and my creations, my voice is the one that ultimately matters, because I'm the one that's in this fucking skin suit, leading my life, making the things I make, writing the poems I write, making the friends I make, loving the people I love. I ultimately am responsible for my own happiness, for my joy, and I'm responsible for keeping the company around me that's going to water these areas and not fucking set them on fire. And so that is the reason why I have isolated myself from everyone and everything, because I feel like I really need to know who's watering me and who's setting my shit on fire. And I also need to begin to water my own shit. Because I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm so lost. I don't have water. I need somebody else to water me. Hey, boo, bitch. You need to water yourself. Go get the motherfucking water if you don't have it. Figuring out how to get that water for my own self-validation is really difficult. Because I've forced myself to practice giving myself validation. I've forced myself to say out loud that I love who I am, how I look, how I speak, how I walk, how I dress, the things I say, the people I like, the shit that I create. I tell myself that I love this shit, and it's just hard for me to believe. But that comes with practice. So that's what I'm gonna keep doing. And honestly, as fucking hard as it is to navigate without any guidance, I have accepted that all I can do is all I can do. So if I don't have areas of expertise or anyone to reach out to receive expertise, all I can do is put one foot in front of the other. Tackle only what I can tackle. Because if I feel like I can't do these things, or if I feel like there's something that I want that I feel like I can't get because I don't deserve it, because I don't have other things set up first, I'm robbing myself of simple joys that I could have, so long as I understand that I am not in control of everything. And if I just put one foot in front of the other, juggle the things that I can juggle with my two hands, then I'll be okay. And even with that notion and that thought that all I can control is myself, the fact still remains that I don't know what the fuck's going on. And I don't know when I'm gonna figure that out. I have no fucking clue. So I suppose now that I've let out my spiel, I don't have to journal anymore. So what I'm gonna do is get these last few rays of sunlight, get some vitamin D, drink my fucking chamomile. Talk to y'all later. Bye.